Guys, thank you so much. We are live again. I think this is the second live we are going to be doing. I hope this time the network will be clear. Last time the network wasn't very clear, but I hope today it will be clear. If you like my kind of content, please kindly subscribe and turn on that bell so that you get to know anytime that we'll be uploading. Today I have my guest, Julius. Julius is going to be, before I introduce the topic, my guest, kindly introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. Thank you for watching us. Keep liking, keep putting the notification bell to always follow the updates from its price channel. This is
Okay.
Julius once again.
Okay, thank you, Julius, for sparing your time today to do with me this live. Today, tomorrow is 9th of December and it's going to be Tanzania. Tanzania is supposed to be celebrating its independence, but it's not going to be celebrating it. So, it's, I'm going to read for you this, it's sort of update, then we'll build it from there. I'll read this for my audience, then it's when we'll be beginning our discussion. Tanzania President cancels Independence Day celebration due December 9th. She directed the money that is meant for the celebration to build dormitories for children with special needs. So, Julius, why do you think Tanzania cancelled the celebrations?
First and foremost, I think these are interesting times. First and foremost, these are interesting times in African culture, African setup. The way we like functions, functions come with money. So I think these guys are, I don't even think they're on the African continent. Maybe they're on a different continent. Anyway, that's a joke in court. Yeah?
So you think it's not possible to cancel independence celebration? Because I did some video with my sister in the morning, and there is a Kenyan who commented and he said, in Kenya we cannot cancel our independence because it's like a next holiday to Christmas. So you do think it's possible to cancel such a big celebration? And we take it from there.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that Tanzania is a kind of unique breed of African country. It has unique leaders. Yeah, because you see, just a mere cancelling of that, okay, like you've read to the audience, a mere cancelling of that function is going to get accommodation for the disabled. It's going to build dormitories around. And yet this, in just one day, you get satisfied and go back. So which is better?
Of course, to build something that is long term.
Definitely, because when I see, I think I was checking the function had been slated to use almost 400,000 US dollars. That is equivalent to 1.6 billion Uganda shillings, or around 51 million Kenyan shillings. That is the equivalence, the money that has been saved in that one day. And at the end of the day, what are we benefiting from this independence? I don't think you're benefiting anything. Okay, I'm now talking as a Tanzanian. I don't think we are benefiting anything out of independence if we can't have accommodation for our own special needs people, if we can't have good roads, if we can't have hospitals. So surely, I think I'm in support of it. I wish also our other countries could copy. I'm not telling them to cancel their. I'm not telling them to cancel their celebrations. Celebrations are good, but surely against helping a special needs person is not working properly.
So you think for us in Uganda, because we have even never missed celebrating any holiday, never crossed our mind that we should miss. Actually, me, it was my time I was hearing that such a celebration can be cancelled. I did not know it was even possible.
Yeah, you see, the whole thing is I don't even know the importance of some of these celebrations. Because you see, like, if I take an example of Heroes Day,
Yeah.
uh, NIM's Day, I think the 26th of January, it is celebrated every year. Every time, these guys are celebrating their own victory from the bush. So why should they use our own taxes, which are supposed to be building our schools, hospitals, for that money? And these guys to the bush fight for me.
Remember.
So, they say that even being in my taxes to celebrate such a day. It is not. It's none of my business, really.
Okay, so Julius, are these
Mm.
functions important? Can other countries such as Kenya and Uganda do the same?
I would support it. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how other people look at it. These are my personal views.
Mm.
I'm not attaching any emotions to these things. But let's be realistic. All this, okay, like we're using this just this function in Tanzania.
Mm-hmm.
Just that one day, 1.6 billion Uganda shillings will disappear in one day. And
Not
yet,
if,
you have people on the roads. We have street
Ju-
kids. Our roads are still having potholes. You know, why can't we use that same money solve our problems? You've talked about Uganda and Kenya. We
mm,
know currently Kenya is having a very big challenge of hunger. People are not
mm-hmm.
having food. That one day, that one function day cancelled can feed that population that is suffering with hunger in Kenya. So, what is better, to feed the hungry or to go
Yes.
and waste money? Because it is wasting. You just go there, pay the soldiers, buy food. There's nothing. And those same things, you can still have food at your home. You can still have beer at your home using your own money. So why still use that same money? Which, like, for example, an example in Uganda, you can use, because it's like 1.6 billion, can
Mm,
actually build a school, a functional school, can build a hospital, can equip a hospital. Just that money. So, like, Uganda has a policy where it was saying that it's supposed to be putting a hospital per sub county or per parish, something like that. But they've not achieved it. And then they have the money, which can do it. Like, they use it for celebrating these days of capturing power, independence. And in any case, I don't think we are independent if we can't even manufacture a needle. How independent are we? Yeah? What is it? And
ah,
let people not look at our discussion
mm,
as a diverse, because Tanzania didn't stop celebrating its independence. They only cancelled the function.
mm,
Tomorrow, as their independence, they will still be celebrated, but they will have a dialogue on radio where, just minimum. They won't spend anything. We are not telling them to stop celebrating the functions. You can celebrate by the other ways of celebrating. Someone can be on TV, can be on radio. There are these Twitter spaces. You can still dialogue about independence and still celebrate. So Tanzania
okay.
it has only cancelled the celebrations, stop the independence from happening. So they will still proceed with that. I just
And
wanted
you can,
at least our audience to note that.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And you can imagine, even you're saying that it is usually celebrated for a full day. Do you know that it is even just hours? It's not usually a full day. I've attended our independence celebration in Uganda. It usually ends like at 2. By 2, everybody goes back home.
Yeah, it almost starts, I think, around 10. Then when the
Just
president
hours.
speaks,
Yeah.
after his speech around 1, 2, you're back. Mm.
And they are going to be
So,
building dormitories for disabled kids. And there is, usually my sister always tells me that Kenyans cannot accept defeat. So the video which I did, there's a Kenyan who came and commented that actually in Kenya they are banning boarding schools. So like, he was trying to mock Tanzanians that they are building dormitories, but in Kenya they are banning uh, boarding schools. What do you have to say about that? Like, Kenyans should allow that. Tanzania is really has done something great. to instead build dormitories for the disabled children.
no, I think at the end of the day is we need to appreciate whatever
Yeah,
good
exactly.
each each of us does. That is the only way we are going to go forward. Otherwise,
Yeah.
keeping being negative will not reach
All
far.
that time, yeah. Actually, I
So
was
I
very,
can advise I can advise, was it a he or a she? I can advise whoever
I
it
don't know.
was
Uh-huh.
to try and be positive as much as possible. It is the
Yeah.
only way out. Because even when you talk of like banning boarding schools and what, those
Mm.
are some of the things she's only looking at the schools. Because Tanzania is trying to do the opposite with the schools. Hmm? Maybe if they had said that if instead of dormitories they would have built hospitals, it would have made sense. But I think let our colleague,
Mm.
I will put that comment, try to be positive for
Yeah.
once or
At least,
twice.
yeah.
Whichever way.
Okay. Thank you, Julius, for that response. And I'll take you
Okay.
to the next. My next question. In 2015, Magufuli did the same cancelled independence of that year. What do you have to say about that? Also, the late Magufuli also cancelled the. Why did he cancel that day in 2015?
I think yeah, it was the same thing. He cancelled, I think, independence, if I'm not mistaken. He cancelled the independence celebration, and his argument was,
Mm-hmm.
we've just built a hospital, I think, in Dodoma, that is Uhuru Hospital, that we've just built a hospital. It is not equipped with anything. This money is going to equip the hospital fully, and some balance will stay, which is also going to be used to rehabilitate roads in Dar es Salaam. Hmm? I can assure you, I was in Tanzania before Magufuli. I went there during Magufuli's time, but you can see the difference between the roads in Dar es Salaam between the roads in Dar es Salaam the time before Magufuli and the time after Magufuli. And this same period when he cancelled, actually also had cholera. That same period, because I was asking, what are we celebrating? We're celebrating independence when our own people are dying of cholera, which is coming
Yeah.
out of uncleanliness. I think let's celebrate independence by cleaning the whole country. At the same time, let's use this same money for the celebrations to equip Uhuru Hospital, which they did. They equipped the hospital. I think it's one of the best hospitals in Tanzania. They also rehabilitated some of the roads which are not doing well within the capital city, which is Dar es Salaam. Okay, now the business city, because now they have the political city, which is Dodoma, and the business city, which is Dar es Salaam.
Mm. Okay, thank you, Julius.
Okay.
Tanzania really, it blew my mind. I couldn't believe
Mm.
that such a big day can be cancelled. And when I had their ideas, I was like, why aren't our leaders, like copying some of those ideas and put them like also like copy exactly the same because it's not even bad to copy. Like we should cancel because some people are really doing badly. People are sick in the hospitals. There are no drugs, and people are burning money on such celebrations. And you can imagine a day we have so many celebrations. We have Heroes Day, we have Women's Day, we have. If we could cancel like at least two.
Yeah, that is true because you see, you can imagine
Hmm.
tomorrow's day, the
Yeah.
country just saved almost 1.6 the Ugandan shillings. Those who are in Kenyan shillings, almost 50 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2015, it was almost close to the same because I think it was around 360, which when you use the Ugandan exchange rate of 37, it's almost 1.3 billion for just one day. That is
One
the money
just
that you
hours.
saved.
Hours.
A few hours,
Yeah.
exactly. Eh? So I think it's we just need to okay, like our policymakers, our people in government need to be looking at these things in a different way. Let them also be human for once, because I can assure you,
Yeah.
we are not stopping them from doing these celebrations. We know it. COVID came, we stayed indoors, but these functions would be put on TV. So what is stopping them from doing the same? put the function on TV, let whoever wants to follow from the TV radios, then have that same amount of money you're going to waste on that day, do something that will benefit the bigger majority. Because you see, that function benefits the few majority. But if you put it like in a school or hospital, you build that road, then it's going to benefit most of the population. And I think that's what the population is looking at. As we are looking at service delivery, we are not looking at functions. I want to
Yeah.
drive on a road,
Yeah.
and I'll be happy that I want to go to the garage after just driving because I've hit a pothole. I want to go in that hospital, I find medicine. I want my child to go to school and get that good dormitory, get scholastic materials. That's what we are really looking at. That's what we are demanding as
Yeah.
citizens. Mm.
Yeah. And in the morning when I was discussing with my sister, we said that some countries, even if they cancel those celebrations, they will still embezzle that cash.
Yeah, it's
Talk about that.
it's okay, of course, with especially in the Ugandan Kenyan context.
Yeah. Huh?
these, those ones, it's a very high. There's a very
Oh.
high. eh, you expect that, but I think
Yeah.
for once, let's also be serious. I'm now talking to
Mm.
our leaders directly. Let's be
Mm-hmm.
serious. Let's be conscious about what people are expecting
Yeah.
from us. Let's try as much as possible to help our citizens. Because now,
Mm.
if even if you cancelled that function and you don't have an implementation framework in place, you're
Mm.
still going to waste that money, which I'm sure
Even,
that I think Tanzania is slightly in a much better position than us. Because
yeah.
that's why you see them like by the time they dispatched that man, actually that man was dispatched I think yesterday to all those places, the actual places where the schools are supposed to be, the dormitories are supposed to be built. Yesterday they sent the money straight to
and it
those
will
same
do that,
areas.
and it will do that work. Like in Tanzania, they cannot tap with that money.
They have a very powerful monitoring framework. Because I remember even during the late Magufuli, the Magufuli we are talking about is the same Magufuli who would have been in power by now. He was only replaced after his demise by the deputy president, who is now the current president, the lady. So she still has the same policies in place. Magufuli would go to a site, a government site, and say, you're supposed to have done ABCD. If you've not achieved it, he takes you to prison. So
Hey.
I'm sure, yes. I remember there's some, because me, I always watch their TVs. I saw some
Mm.
Chinese saying that if you don't achieve this thing in 3 months, because your contractor, I've forgiven you, I've just had to do this 3 months.
Mm.
You're going to bring back my money.
Hey, actually, I think I watched that clip went
Hey,
viral on WhatsApp.
yes. So
Okay.
I think they even before the neighbors copy Tanzania, they think
Mm.
I think they still need to first sit down, put guidelines that can be used to use this money, assuming in courts that they
Mm.
take the same direction because they had
Uh-huh.
co-ops. Eh? All
Our
these
neighbors
people,
in Kenya.
our neighbors in Kenya, the Tanzanian neighbors, the
Mm.
Ugandans and Kenyans, they had co-ops.
Yeah.
They would rather
What?
have those
Uh-huh.
functions
Yeah. What
and
about
put
Rwanda?
the money. Hmm?
What about Rwanda?
Rwanda, I can't say much about it because you see, mainly for them, they have real policies. For to the dot,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
then they even sign performance contracts in offices to say that I'm supposed to achieve ABCD. So if you are within a year, that contract is every year. So if you achieve A, B, C, and you don't achieve D, you chase
Nope.
yourself. You have to chase
So in Rwanda,
yourself. Yeah, they are
if there's
working
other
for.
money, they will not.
Yeah, so if
Okay.
it's Rwanda that cancels that function, that money will be
Yeah,
put in the right use they will have chosen at that time.
I get that. So we are almost coming to the end of our video. Away from the celebrations, Magufuli also sold big cars and opted for small cars. The late Magufuli. So I want you to elaborate more on that and see if it is possible in our neighbors, Kenyans and also Uganda.
Yeah, I was actually happy when he took that decision. I know what a big car can do
Mm,
to the taxes, because you see these cars, they are using taxes which would have been used to deliver services to citizens. Because you see, one thing, you need transport to move. Even if it's a small car, it will still take you to your destination. So someone is still poor,
mm,
same car, it will take you to wherever you are going. You will still achieve what you're supposed to achieve. First, leave this big car.
yeah,
Because the more you drive it, the more schools won't be built, roads won't be built, and yet even this same car you want it pass on a good road.
mm,
Mm. So you see, actually that decision made Tanzania do a lot of things. It is the same time that they built, okay, they renovated their Dar es Salaam airport. I can assure you, I've been in the old airport and I've been in the new airport. Eh? That decision
mm.
alone, you see what it did.
Ah, yeah.
They brought back, I think they even bought what, like 3 to 4 planes, cash. They paid cash down. It wasn't a loan, it wasn't anything. Because of just that mere decision. Eh? So, however much we need to learn from Kenya, Uganda, we need to learn from amongst ourselves. I think
Mm,
we should also give ourselves a homework of learning about Tanzania, how they are trying to even think beyond and say, if we introduce small cars, we can do more. If we cancel this function, we can build this. So we should also be happy and appreciate the kind of steps being taken by Tanzania. Hopefully, also learn from them. We shouldn't just appreciate and sit and hang and put our
mm.
legs up and be happy. We should be happy that as we
Hopefully,
implement,
yeah.
eh,
But Tanzania is for sure in a different world because, like here in Uganda, when I see our MPs, even those who get cars this time, when they come the next time, they want other cars. Then they want iPads. They don't even know how to use them. Like I see policies in Tanzania, and I am very sure like they cannot work, for example, with these Ugandan MPs.
no. They can't handle. They can't handle because I think they are more, it's called what, more citizen-centric. They are looking at the needs of their citizens.
The Tanzanians,
So, yes, which
yeah,
we are
yeah.
lacking here. We only
Oh,
have it on paper. We have it on paper, but in
mm,
reality, it's not there. We now need to change. We now need to change. We need to refocus and try as much as possible. I'm talking about now we are seeing the lessons being learned from the decisions taken in Tanzania.
yeah.
Eh? So I think the most important thing is we need to try as much as possible to be citizen centric. Be start looking at our citizens' needs, what they need, our citizens' needs vis-a-vis the money collected from the same citizens. Because you see, this same money is being milked from these people, from us. We
Yeah.
are the ones paying the taxes. So if I pay taxes and I'm using a good road, I will be very comfortable. I go to hospital, I take my kid to school,
Mm,
I go to a good market. That's what we are looking at. We're not asking, by the way, I'm not demanding more.
mm.
from our leaders. If our leaders are seeing me, we are not demanding more from you. We are only demanding basic rights. Put our right policies in place, give us services. Then you can eat as much money as you want. We don't care. So we don't need cash from you. We just need just a very good environment for us to operate. That is all.
Yeah. Yeah, just good hospitals equipped with the medicine, good roads, enough. We are actually not asking that you bring those bags of money and you give us. No. So Julius, we are coming,
Exactly.
we are coming to the end of this video. I don't want to make it really long. So I'm going to request you to say your last words and we close.
My last
Anything, yeah,
words are
anything,
eh, anything.
anything.
eh, my
Yeah,
last
just
words are surely we shouldn't be looking at these good things and admiring them. We should look at good things, admire them, copy them, replicate the same amongst ourselves.
okay. Thank you so much, and of course, Tanzania. Big, like, that was really, to blow my mind. Like, if I can be the president today, I would really copy and paste the same from Tanzania. Yeah, Kenyans should accept and for once, accept that, oh, Tanzanians are really, really doing great in that field. So, we have come to the end of this video, and we have to say bye bye to our what subscribers, our audience, our what, I don't know. Bye. Thank you,
Okay.
Julius. Yeah.
Okay.